it's me again, and it's good to see you guys this Monday. And I suppose we'll read this one today, and this one has an interesting little title to it. It's called Jealousy, but I'll probably title it God's Jealousy. Sometimes I stick my own title onto things, and, that's mostly just because, I have tendencies to want to, control stuff for it to live up to my standards. That actually sounds very manipulative, but, what I mean is I just want it to be more concise for you guys, so, at least sometimes I'll show you the title here, and, as you can see, that does indeed say jealousy, so, you know what the actual name is. So, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm talking about this. But, on to the message. Jealousy is a destroyer, causing people to go absolutely savage. Yet it can be a good thing when God says, I am jealous for you. The reason he says he is jealous for you is that he loves you. Think about it. If you had something or made something and someone took it, you would be jealous to get it back. God is the same way. He wants you and is jealous for you. You might think, well, why doesn't he just save us from the evils of life? Good point, but what if your parents did the same thing? What if every time they thought something might bring harm to you, they didn't let you do it? For example, what if your parents didn't let you drive or even play sports because they thought it was too dangerous? The world would be full of weak people who are unable to do anything because we would be so fearful of everything in the real world. Sadly, a lot of people are like that nowadays. Like your parents, God loves us and lets us do things that might knock us down, but he will be there to pick us right back up and nudge us on. Okay, so that was the jealousy of God. About that, I always thought it was strange, first of all, that they described, God's ownership of, his people to be kind of like jealousy, because jealousy is something people experience, in our world. But the thing about it is when you describe it that way, God sounds very human. There are a lot of Bible entries that kind of make him out to have very human-like characteristics, even though he's technically portrayed as being above us. You see what I mean? A lot of feelings like jealousy, that kind of thing. Similar to how he, struck down a lot of the human race, with the flood and Noah's Ark. Kind of like that. That's something that kind of sticks out to me, and I think is kind of curious. And I do like the message where, it makes the remark about, like how a lot of people, would be weak if they didn't get exposed to a lot. A lot of modern parents are like that, sadly. And they're kind of pushovers themselves. And the kids know that they can get what they want just by whining about it long enough, The parents will soon give in. Because modern parents have inherited the same trait, and they kind of, it's like switching up the roles between the two, but you have the same mindset. It kind of manifests in different ways. Now, if you go a few generations back, and as far as parenting goes, you'll see that, they're a lot more strict with the routine, and, when you have a certain breed of boomers and people that are used to the more old-fashioned, conservative values, and that, some of them like to have the more strict routines for their children, and they're not quite as scared as temporarily hurting their kids' feelings. You get them to learn a lesson, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I just think there's kind of a balance to that a lot of parents haven't reached. Of course, nobody's quite reached perfection, but the point is that stuff like that's a very complicated situation, so I suppose that's what I'll say for today, but I tried to go by the questions that are kind of raised by the book. It's what I usually do, but I supposed it worked out this time, so it's for, things for you guys to think about. But thank you guys for watching this, and I suppose I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.